Hello, darling. It's been a long time. You're just as lovely as you used to be. You think I'll get copyrighted for singing that? I actually skipped a couple of words too. But today, man, in the words of Knox Hill. So I'm here in Indiana, not far from where I delivered, close to Elkhart. I don't know if this town's actually Elkhart or if it's the next town over. But I'm headed to Illinois. I've actually been here for a while. But yeah, we'll talk about that in just a minute. Stay tuned.
Why you didn't get to see me drive to this pickup in a little while, but I'm here at my pickup in Joliet, Illinois. It's actually already ready. The appointment time wasn't until 4 o'clock this afternoon, but apparently it's already ready. He said that he thinks it was a reschedule. It's down in row C, or I got dropped in C107 and pick up in C100. By the way, happy Mother's Day. Today is Mother's Day, Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. And if you've made it today as a mother, congratulations. I know kids, man, they can be stressful sometimes. I got 2 of them, and my oldest one, oh gosh, he's as bad as I was when I was younger. Now this load is going back to Indianapolis. I may have mentioned that in the intro. Speaking of which, I know I'm gonna do the chipmunk voice in the intro again. You guys might get annoyed by it. I'm sorry if you do, but I can't help but to smile every time I do it. I sound like a little redneck chipmunk. But I think it's hilarious. Alright, so this is where I'm dropping, C107. He said C100 should be that very far in one. Let's do a blind side here. Yeah. Set up. I haven't done a blind side in a while. Set up just like a sight side. This has got plenty of room, so it actually should be fairly simple. Rotate my mirror out here. About these internationals is the mirror rotates out a little bit further, but I'm going to show you guys something. If you ever have to do a blind side, get out and look. But not only get out and look, but if you roll your window down over here, you can stick your head out and see how close you are to that other trailer, and I'll show you. I'm pretty close to that other trailer, but I'm nailing it because I had to slide my tandems all the way back. So the trailer don't rotate out far enough for you to be able to see the back of your trailer. So you're blind, you can't see. You can try to use your little mirror, but I don't suggest doing that. I suggest getting out and looking. And the reason why, because you'll hit something. And it's best not to do a blind side if you can help it. Like I could have spun around right here and not had to do a blind side, but nice big parking lot, why not get the practice, right? Alright, I'm gonna disconnect. Alright, I'm gonna show you guys a disconnect because I don't think I've ever showed y'all ever before. Make sure you unhook your glad hands and this. Make sure you hang them up. If you throw them down there, there's a possibility they could slide off. You don't want them to get wrapped around that. You don't want them to fall down here and get stunk underneath your tire and rip them off, because then you'll be replacing them. No, I haven't done that, but yeah, I know it can happen. Then, next, pull your lever out. And then do your landing gear, which you can do your landing gear first and then pull that lever. On your landing gear, of course, it's just pretty simple, but I want to show you something. If it's been raining like it did today, take your handle and go like this, swing it, swing it. And the reason why is because if you see that water right there, that was from me slinging this handle. I slung it. Water gets trapped up in that handle. That's one of the worst things is when you lock it in place and then you start cranking, water come out of this and fly all over you because it's all nasty and rusty and everything else. Also, you pull out, and if your load's real heavy, this will help you adjust your landing gear up and down easier. Now it takes a whole lot more rotations to get the landing gear up and down, but with a heavy load it makes it easier. And sometimes what is called a high hook, you can see where my fifth wheel's at. A high hook, the kingpin will be up above the fifth wheel, and so the kingpin can't lock into the fifth wheel, so you got to come back here and lower it down. Well, if you pull that, see that's all the way in, you pull that pin all the way out, that makes it easier to lower your landing gear, so that way you can hook. You slide it all the way in, that makes it tougher but less rotations. It basically puts it from high to low. Basically puts it from high to low with less rotations. Now I'm going to show you guys something that I noticed. At first I thought, dang, did I do that? But I didn't. I didn't do it. They're still here. Both of them still here. But look at this. Yeah, that's not supposed to be there. You can tell this trailer has been roughed up. Now this is an intermodal trailer. And you can tell it's intermodal, one reason because of this. And also it's got one that runs up the top. This one don't have that. Doesn't have either one. And intermodal trailers will have that symbol on them. It says intermodal on the side. We're going to talk a little bit about intermodal trailers here in a little bit. But alright, yeah, I just wanted to show you guys how to unhook. Alright, now we're going to pull over here to, what was it? C100. Let's see what the trailer number is. 191187. Yeah, I don't see. He said he thought it was at the very end. One I see is 170622 though. Oh, okay. Yeah, there it is. There's one more. I just couldn't see it. Just couldn't see it. Got it just from here back a little better. There we go. Yeah, I think this one's a high hook. Let's get out and chill. Also, remember to always set your brakes. Always set your brakes. All right, you see that? See the kingpin? See that big gap? Yeah, that's not gonna work. So this is exactly what I was talking about on a high hook. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and hook up my glad hands. Need mine. All right, next, I'm gonna come back here. All right, you see that's pushed all the way in. We'll pull it all the way out. Actually, I'm gonna sling this too. Make sure there aren't no water in it. Slide that in. And look, I can do it one-handed. Now, sometimes if the load's light enough, we're gonna check this one. Slid all the way in. Sometimes if the load's light enough, gotta make sure it's hooked. Oh. Yeah, see, too heavy. But if the load's light enough, you can still adjust it that way. All right, so I'm gonna lower this down. I'll be back in just a second. All right, so you see I got it down on the fifth wheel. Now, I don't have all the pressure off of it yet, but I don't have all the pressure off of it yet. I'm gonna go ahead and slide underneath it and hook to it. Woo! All right, tug test. Oh, it's hooked. Now, I'm gonna put air to the trailer. The reason now that I'm hooked to it, make sure you're hooked first before you put air to the trailer. Make sure your truck brakes are set before you put air to the trailer. But now, the reason I put air to the trailer before I finish lowering it is because sometimes it will help take some of the pressure off your landing gear. See, as you can see, I've got under it. You put air to your trailer and it picks your trailer back into your trailer up. Look here. You can see that gap, which there's going to be a little bit of gap because it curves up, but there's actually quite a bit bigger gap than there was. That means it's picked up on it some. All right, we see our handle. Our handle is slid in. That means we're latched. And of course, we got to check our kingpin. Yep, it's latched. Now, I'll go ahead and finish lowering this thing down. All right, now that we know we're latched, got my landing gear all the way up. Let's check the fuel. Fuel is 3/4. And then we'll check the seal. And I'll probably go ahead and check the weight too while I'm out. So the seal number is 997012, and that is correct. I looked at the paperwork before we come back here. So it's been a while since the last time it was adjusted, 2019. We're sitting at nearly 29,000 pounds. That's with the tandems all the way back. Now you can usually guess about 500 pounds per notch. Now that isn't 100% accurate. A lot of times it depends on how you're loaded, depends on how much weight is in the trailer, and all that stuff, you know. So if the load is like right here, which is this far back, of course when you slide your tandems forward, yeah, it's going to add weight to your tandems, but it's not going to be as huge of a weight difference than as if the weight is a little further back, because that means your tandems are going to be getting underneath the weight quicker, which is going to add weight to your tandems a lot faster. So we know, though, this is sitting at 29,000, so I know that I can go 29,000. We can figure 2 holes, 4 holes, 5 holes, or I mean 6 holes. So 2, 4, 6, 8 at 31,000. So I can go up to 8 holes and it'll be close to 31,000 pounds. Like I said, it depends on how the trailer is loaded, but we're gonna do that. We're gonna go at least 8 holes. I'm gonna check my weight on my truck. The weight on my truck says 32,000. So that'll take some of that off, which will be fairly even by the time I slide them back, because I'm assuming I'm at 37,000 pounds on the paperwork, so I'm assuming that it's not loaded all the way to the back. So I could probably slide my tandems a little further than that, but we're gonna go 8 holes first. Get my truck ready to be started. Set the brakes on the trailer. We'll run back here so we can get some exercise. Pull the button. Run back to your truck. So I roll my window down, and usually keep it down, especially if it's not a gravel, dusty parking lot, so that way I can hear everything that the trailer and stuff's doing. So like right now I heard the click. I don't know if you guys could hear it, but I heard the click, which means the pins on the tandem has went in. So my tandems are unlocked now. So now I can slide it back. That's about 8. Now what I'll do is I set my truck brakes, but I don't release my tandems yet. And the reason why is to make sure that I'm in the correct hole before I lock my tandems. So I go back here. I wanted to come up 8 spaces, and it looks like I probably come closer to 7, because right there's a 12th hole, and typically if your tandems are all the way back to the back, which I didn't actually check, I should have, but it's usually about 7 holes to there, to your 12th hole. So on this model, on the utilities, you got 4, 8, 12 holes in between these lines right here. So if I slide back a half a hole, because see my pin is right here, if I slide back half a notch more, I'll be in that hole. So that's actually about 7 holes. So I don't want to lock my tandems yet, because I want to come back about 8, maybe even 9. I may go 9 So see, that's why I didn't unset my, or release my trailer brakes yet. Because if you release your trailer, if you release your trailer brakes, then it locks your tandems. I don't want them locked yet. I checked the hole first. I want to go back a couple more holes. So I'll be right at 8 there. Maybe 9, because 9 is fine with me. So now I'll go ahead, release my trailer brakes, reset my trailer brakes, but I'll show you something else. I'm gonna go see where I'm at. Go see where I'm at on the holes. All right, so actually I'm in between this hole and that hole, which is the 10th and the 11th hole, which is fine. But another way that you can set your pins is right here is your release button. When you pull out, see how I pulled out? That unlocks them. Well, I can push it back in and it locks them. So you don't just have to use your I can't even think of it. But you don't have to set them and unset them from up here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put air to my trailer, because I know it's set about the hole that I want it at. And I'm gonna let them air up. The airbags air up, and we're gonna see how much air or how much pressure I've got on them. See, we'll know, we'll kind of have an idea of how this trailer is loaded, which, like I said, I don't think it's all the way back. But we're fixing to have an idea of how it's loaded. All right, almost to 32. It's right at 32. So I'm actually, when I get ready to set that pin, I'm gonna pull forward. I'm gonna set my trailer brakes, pull forward, so the way it goes back to the 11th hole, because you can see it's sitting nearly at 32,000. Now that'll back off a little bit, because it usually does. A lot of times it'll back off some, but I'm gonna go ahead, like I said, I'm gonna leave it right there because that's close enough. I'm gonna reset my trailer brakes and I'm gonna pull forward. All right, they're locked. Put air back to my brakes. I'll go ahead and pull out because it looks like this guy's waiting for me. Yard jockey. Now, once I get out of his way, I'm gonna pull up here. Once I get out of his way, I'm gonna finish inspecting the trailer. Now, normally you'll want to do that before you pull out a spot. Go ahead and inspect it. But I looked at the tires while I was showing you unlocking and locking the trailer brakes and sliding the tandems and all that. I gave the tires a good look while I was there. And the tires looked great on it. So I don't have any issues there. But I am going to go ahead and check the lights and make sure. So I've got my light flashers on. Let's check the temperature too. Temperature is set at 60 and it's at 61. We know that we got 3/4 of fuel. Parking lights on, flashers are working at the bottom and the top. Working on this side, flashers are working on this side, and it's working on this side. Doors wasn't tore up or anything that I could see. Hinges looks good. reefer's running. So I think we're good to go on this trailer. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna send in my because I already have the paperwork. So I'm gonna go ahead and send off my drop trailer inspection report, and then my pickup trailer inspection report, because I already sent my arrival. And then I'm gonna send in my depart call, which means I gotta fill this out, some of this paperwork information out on the Qualcomm, send it to Prime, then I've got to call them on the phone and do a depart call. They'll go over the information with me over the phone, double check everything, and then I will be free. Well, I'm gonna check over my route back to Indianapolis, and I'll be free to go. All right, so got my live load called in, and we are on the road, headed to Indianapolis. But all that, everything I showed you on the trailer and everything, it took me a while to actually record all that. So I hope it was all understandable. I know how I can be when I'm trying to focus on doing something, and then also trying to record on the phone, you know, record the audio, the video to it, you know, trying to focus on that. I'm sure I probably missed a couple things. I know, like on the trailer inspection, like I said, you really need to go everything before you pull it over everything before you pull it out of the spot. Like the side rails down at the bottom, make sure those aren't really damaged or ripped or torn. Cross members underneath, which, like I said, I glanced at the cross members when I was lowering it down and checking the weight and stuff. I didn't see anything. Everything looks good. The reefer's running good and strong, so I don't think there's any issues with the trailer. But yeah, just make sure you check those things, glance under it, look. I even check, see if there's a spare tire. You know, make sure everything seems to be in good order before you take it off, because you don't want to have any troubles once you're out here on the road if you can keep from it. But I think I'm gonna do another video today. I don't know. I don't know if I'll get to it today or not, to be honest with you. Probably save it for tomorrow. I had to look over, I had to write some of the stuff down that I want to talk about, because if I don't write it down, I forget it. But, so I kind of looked over it to see if it's anything I was really gonna worry about today, but I don't see anything on there, so I think I'm just going to wrap this video up here today. There's not going to be a whole lot of scenery on this drive for you guys to honestly look at. I know I skipped around some tolls coming here, and I am going to go ahead and pay about, I don't know, it's a few dollars worth of tolls headed to Indianapolis. I'm not too worried about that. I actually got in and out of there today, and I'm actually going to get down there close to Indianapolis today, so that's a big plus. I think I've already said my appointment wasn't until from 4 o'clock this afternoon, so 1600 to midnight. And I'm already at sea. It's 2:30 here, 14:30 military time, and I'm already getting out of here. So they already have loaded for me and ready to go. So that's a plus. So I'll get down there to Indianapolis, take a 10-hour sleeper berth. Actually, it'll be longer than that, but I'll get my sleeper berth in, and I'm gonna check, see if I can get into this place early. I don't know if I'll be able to or not, but either way, I'll get it in there in the morning and be ready for my fleet manager to hit me with something hopefully good in the morning. I'll have, like I said, I'll be working with quite a few more hours, so I'll be able to hit it hard for the next, hopefully for the next few days, fairly hard for the next few days, and that way I can bring in as much revenue this week as possible, and hopefully we'll be working on something for next week. 'Cause like I said, I'm going home on Friday, so hopefully I'll deliver something on Friday and then go home Friday, be home by Friday evening, and you know, I'm going to try to record another video or two for you guys before then, but if not, I for sure will have a video for you guys Saturday morning. I'm going to get up early Saturday morning and get started on my day. I'll be doing some recording and showing you guys what I'm going to be doing for most of the time that I'm off, and I'm going to give you guys something different. It's not going to be about trucking. It's just going to be a little bit of my personal time, you know. Get to see a little bit of what I do, meet a few of the people that that's important in my life, and yeah, we'll go from there. Oh, I hit 100 subscribers today. Won't be doing that live video though. I didn't know. I seen the option pop up in the options when I was uploading a video, so I just assumed that popped up. That meant you could do it, but apparently not. Someone informed me you don't do that until you get to 1,000 subscribers. So, you know, if you guys want to see that one day, hit that like button, share and subscribe. If not, no worries, no hard feelings. I just, you know, I've enjoyed doing this, enjoyed doing the videos and stuff, and so yeah, you know, the ones that are here watching my videos and stuff, I appreciate it, and I hope that you all have enjoyed. I know that there's a lot of us prime drivers that are doing the YouTube thing. Hopefully I'm giving you at least a little bit of different content. If not, hopefully a different personality added to it. Anyway, I try to be a little funny. I mean, I'm not quite opened up as much as I am, say, around family members and stuff. But you know, I try to be at least a little entertaining anyway, and I try to keep a positive attitude and be upbeat. I know sometimes you probably, if you watch back over my videos, you'll see that, you know, I have bad days, and but most of the time they're pretty good, and like I said, I try to keep a positive attitude. But hey, I appreciate it, guys. Stay safe, stay alert, and I'll catch you guys in the next vid.